After exploring Athens, I decided to travel to Lesvos, one of the last truly authentic Greek islands. Join me as we discover the enchanting landscape of Greece's third largest island, a haven of rugged mountains and olive groves. Along its 400 kilometers of pristine coastline lie secluded beaches untouched by mass tourism. But Lesvos offers more than just scenic beauty. It's a place with rich history and is home to ancient villages and historic bathhouses. Come along and experience the unique charm of the beautiful island of Lesvos.
Welcome to Lesvos, a Greek island very close to the Turkish mainland. I came here last night with an overnight ferry, so I'm pretty tired. Just had breakfast here at the harbor. I have all my stuff with me. The town where I'm gonna stay, Molyvos, is located right on the other side, 60 kilometers away, but I heard there's a bus going. So that's gonna be my first goal for today, find this bus and go to this town.
As I headed to the bus station, I took the opportunity to explore Mytilini, the capital city of Lesvos.
So before we go to the next town, I want to have a look at the central square here. And we have a statue of an important figure here. This is Sappho. And she made a lot of music and wrote poems. Unfortunately, most of her art is lost today, but some poems survived, and they were mainly lesbian love poems, the first ever recorded lesbian love poems in the world. And that here is her statue.
While Lesvos is known for its ancient Greek poet who lived around 600 BC, it has also been in the spotlight for another reason in recent years. From 2013 to 2020, the island was the site of Europe's largest refugee camp, until it was burned down.
So we arrived, just checked into our Airbnb. We're staying here in Molyvos, and this town is actually one of the main tourist attractions because of its cute cobblestone alleys, and there's a castle on top. And I would say we're gonna explore and see what we find.
The Greek name for this town is Mytilini, and it's less than 10 kilometers from the Turkish mainland. That's why most of the buildings here, constructed in the 18th century, feature Turkish architectural styles. Since the whole town is built on the slopes of a hill, the quaint cobblestone alleys offer beautiful views over the Aegean Sea.
This town is like a maze. There's like these cute little cobblestone alleyways and cobblestone buildings everywhere. But we're trying to get all the way up, because somewhere behind these buildings there is a castle somewhere. But this town is so cute. Right now there's no other tourists, it's end of the season already. But in general, there's not that much tourist structure on the island, especially if you compare it to other Greek islands like Mykonos or Santorini, Creta. So here in Lesvos, you're not gonna find big hotel complexes like this. It's all very, very small. I'm staying in a small Airbnb. It's super cute. So if you want to get away from all the tourists and have a really Greek authentic experience, I think this is a really, really good place. So I think we made it up to the castle. It's right here behind me.
Unfortunately, the castle was closed when I visited, but usually you can visit it for a small fee. The incredible views from up here are completely free though. The next morning, the weather was really windy and grey, but I decided to visit a nearby Eftalou Hot Springs.
So today we start exploring, and the first thing, there is a Turkish bath near this town. Turkish because Lesvos is really close to the Turkish mainland. It is Greek today, but in the past there were also Turkish people living here. So we're gonna try to find this Turkish bath. It's really windy, it's not that warm, but it's a hot spring, so let's hope that it's hot enough to swim in there.
The hot springs are located 4 kilometers outside of Molyvos, but I'm sure the walk is more enjoyable in the summer.
So everywhere on the island you find these olive bushes, and it's harvesting season right now, I think. So you see these ripe olives, and this island is actually where most of Greece's olives are produced. So you see a lot of these bushes. So over here, the other side, this over here, this is actually already Turkey. We're super close to the Turkish mainland. And that's gonna be my next stop after Lesvos. I'm gonna take a ferry over there to Turkey. So I think the hot springs should be down here.
After about an hour's walk through the harsh wind, I finally arrived at the bathhouse.
Okay, so this looks pretty abandoned. Hello? Yeah, no one here. Except all the kitty cats. Oh, pretty, what happened to your eye?
Well, I don't have messed up eyes actually.
So I think this is the hot spring. Hello? Okay, no shoes in the pool. That's a very small entrance. Oh, hi! I feel so bad for not bringing any cat food because there's so many kitty cats here. Let's see what's out here. Okay, so this here is the bath. It looks very old, but there's water in there, so I think we can go in there. Oh, hi! I should have brought food for the kitties. All of them are here. I actually just fed them my lunch. I don't think they're supposed to eat bakery items, but they really liked it and they seem to be starving even though they're very chubby. So, but at least they are not annoying me anymore. I really hope this water in here is actually warm. Okay, there's some, it smells a bit like moldy, but it seems to be cleanish. Oh wow, there's a place, look at this. Like a little altar. Almost if people do rituals in here. Oh yeah, that water is actually really warm.
The water in the 17th century bathhouse is about 46 degrees Celsius, and its radiation level is about 14.7 Mashi, which makes the Eftalou Hot Springs the most radioactive springs on the island.
So at first, when I saw the water, it seemed a bit dirty, but it's actually super clear. And I read outside, this place isn't abandoned. There are volunteers here that take care of it because the government had plans to destroy this ancient bathhouse, but the locals want to keep it because it's often used for meditation and spiritual purposes. So there are volunteers here that take care of the bath, also take care of the cats, clean it, make sure everything's fine. And it's really nice. The water is really nice and comfortable. Good morning from Lesvos. Today I got a scooter. Actually, I already wanted to get a scooter yesterday, but yesterday was Sunday and everything shuts down on Sunday on this island, so it wasn't possible. But today, let's explore the island on a scooter. And there it is. Not a bad scooter, 50cc. That's all I can get here in Europe with my driving license, but I'm happy.
So I started off in the narrow alleyways in the town of Molyvos. Here you can find lots of cafes, restaurants and even a few souvenir shops. All of them were already closed when I visited since the season was already over. Since Lesvos is Greece's third largest island, the best way to explore the area is by scooter or car. On my way, I came through a couple of small villages.
So we arrived to Eresos, the town where Sappho was born, and today this is one of the major tourist spots or places where tourists actually stay on the island. So let's have a look around. Everywhere on the island, in the villages, I see these orange trees. I'm not sure if these oranges here are for eating or for decoration, because I see so many laying on the floor all the time. So this here is really cute, all these little streets. And surprisingly, I haven't seen any other tourists. It's actually really nice. Feels very authentic. So there's also a beach down close by. It's called Skala Eresou, and this is where I'm gonna have a look next. Gonna go there with a bike. It's only a 10-minute ride. Let's go. Just arrived to Skala Eresou, a small beach town near to Eresos, and this is where a lot of the tourists stay, and this is where you're gonna have some tourist infrastructure. I already saw some souvenir shops, and right here is the ocean, and it's really nice. Unfortunately, it's, for me personally, way too cold this time of the year to go into the ocean. But I can imagine in the summer, this must be so beautiful. There are lots of restaurants here right at the beach, I think. Unfortunately, they are all closed right now because, yeah, as I said before, I haven't seen any other tourists so far. So that here is the town's beach, and it's very interesting. It's kind of black, like dark gray. I think it is a volcanic beach. Very nice. In the summer, it must be beautiful. So this island, the island of Lesvos, is especially popular among one group of tourists, and that's lesbian tourists, because Sappho was born here in the island. We saw her statue the first day when we arrived at the harbor. She's an ancient Greek poet, and originally lesbians were just simply people living in Lesbos. But the reason why lesbian means what it does today is because of Sappho, who wrote a lot of lesbian love poems. And especially this town, Skala Eresou, excuse me if I don't pronounce it correctly, is especially popular among lesbian tourists. There are a lot of hotels here which are named after Sappho. Today there are not many tourists here because, yeah, it's November and too windy for the ocean, but I bet in summer this is full of lesbian travelers. So there are also special women festivals taking place here in this town. This year it was in September. Unfortunately, I'm too late, I can't experience it. But all of these festivals here are targeted towards lesbians. So they have like a lot of queer artists, workshops, all different kinds of events for 1 week in September.
After exploring this part of the island, it was time to head back to Molyvos, the town where I was staying.
Today I'm here in Petra, another small town on Lesvos, just a 10-minute scooter ride from Molyvos where I'm staying. And I would say let's have a look around. I already see there's a very nice beach over there. Right now it's not high season, so most restaurants and beach clubs there are closed. But today it's too cold for the beach, so I would say let's have a look around in the town. So this here is the main tourist street. There's some supermarkets and there's actually also like lots of cafes and restaurants. So we have someone following us around. Hi! Oh. This cat is my new best friend now. There are so many cats everywhere on this island, but people take good care of them. I see them putting out food everywhere. It's really sweet. So up here on the mountain, all the way up there, there is a church, and we're gonna try to get up there. Hi! There's just so many cats everywhere. The streets of this town are a little bit like a maze, but I think we're pretty close to the church. Let's hope this is the right way.
It was the right way, and a couple of minutes later I arrived at the ancient church, which was built in the 18th century. 114 steps, directly carved into the stone beneath, lead up to the building. From up here I had a wonderful view over the red roofs of the town of Petra and the nearby Aegean Sea.
So we're on the top. Here we can go inside. That's really cute, like a little courtyard. The church is open too.
After spending 1 week on Lesvos, I took a ferry to Turkey. My plan was to explore Turkey as well as the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. If you don't want to miss these adventures, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to see you next time.